Hey guys, welcome back to another Star Wars review. Today we're going to be reviewing my second Blackseries figure on the channel, and it is the Mandalorian in his non-Beskar armor. This guy came out in 2019, pre to the release of the Mandalorian Season 1. And yeah, you can see him in a nice sniping pose. We'll get in depth with the figure in a sec, but first let's look at the box. So taking a look at the box, you can see that it is the standard older Blackseries box. You can see the number. He is 94, the Mandalorian. On the back, you have a readout which is similar to the other Mandalorian. It says his body is shielded by Beskar armor, his face is hidden behind a T-visored mask, and his past is wrapped in mystery. The Mandalorian is battle-worn and tight-lipped, a formidable bounty hunter in an increasingly dangerous galaxy. So that's pretty cool. You can see Star Wars Blackseries. Again, he's number 94, and you can see him kind of looming in the background, and then some other attention stuff like don't put them in your mouth. So I just wanted to have a look. You can see this box is the older style, and we'll just bring in a newer style figure. So in the new box, and you can see it does not have the side box art as the newer boxes do. It doesn't have the top window either, and you can see here it's got the nice color coordination for which show or different movie they're from, which is quite nice. You got the side panel, which they did have, but it's kind of covered. And then again, the read-up, which the older box does have, in Star Wars Blackseries, also another similarity. And then you can see the Mandalorian, the same box art. But yeah, so just wanted to have a look at the difference in the boxes. So now that that's out of the way, let's look at the figure itself. So taking a look at the figure, you can see some nice detailing on the helmet. You got the brown, like the mud that's smudged. And you can see the nice dings and the dents in his armor. And you can see that he's got the nice cape going around. And he's also got quite a nice, you got like a little ammo strap that's going across his chest. You can see the chest plate and the belt buckle, more just ammo. And he's also got a nice holster. We'll have a look at the accessories later. And yeah, you can also see his wrist gauntlet's got some nice detailing. His nice hands, you can see his gloves, the details running all the way down to his thighs and his shins, more bullets, and you can see the knee pads, similar to Boba Fett's actually. We'll be doing comparisons later. But yeah, you can see the back, looks quite nice. And then just lift up the cape and you can see more details carried over from the front of the figure. So yeah, let's talk about the accessories and the articulation. So taking a look at the articulation, this figure does have a ball-jointed head, so he can look down that far and up that far. He does have some nice tilt either side. You get some nice hula hoop action. And his arms do go up quite well because this is like a rubbery plastic, allowing the arm to go up and not run into anything. He does have butterfly joints on either arm. And yeah, you can see that he doesn't have any bicep cut, but he does have a hinge and swivel at the elbow. It does go a tad past 90. He has a nice crunch, nice back, a nice forward, and a nice side to side. And again, nice hula hoop action. And you do get a side to side hinge and swivel at the wrist. And you do actually get, I forgot about this, but you do get a swivel at the gauntlet, which is quite nice, something that the Beskar Mandalorian did not have. But moving down the figure, you can see his legs can go out this far and go out that far, and back not very far because there are some parts that get in the way. There is a thigh cut that is beautifully hidden behind that thigh pad. It does have a double jointed knee, which can go quite far back. And finally, you do have a hinge which goes forward that far, and back that far. And you do get a rocker, which is quite nice. So the articulation of this figure is awesome. I can get him into so many cool poses, and I can't stop messing around with him because I love this figure so much. So taking a look at the accessories, you can see the first accessory in this that is included in this figure is his pistol. And you can see he's got a really nice handle there, this really circular looking trigger hole. You can see all those nice details. You can see the barrel. So yeah, pretty nice figure to be included. And you can, if we just grab the figure. You can store it in the holster. We'll take a look at that very soon. The second and final accessory that is included with this figure is his disintegration rifle, and it looks very, very nice. They're using the silver for the tip and then the black running down the barrel. You can see the scope, and then the darker, the gunmetal gray section for the trigger and where Mando puts his hand. And then you can also see the stock, which looks almost leathery, and you can see some scratches there. That's from handling the figure for too long. But yeah, anyway, and you can actually store this accessory on the Mandalorian's back, and we'll be taking a look at that very soon. But yeah, very nice accessories. He does not come with a jetpack like the Beskar Mandalorian does, which is accurate to the show, so no complaints with the accessories, to be honest. And yeah, let's move on to the storage for the accessories. So if you take the figure, you can see there is a section at the back. You can see the nice weapon storage. There you can see the peg and this tab that is actually quite long. Will, if you line that up correctly, should tab in. And you can see there that the cape sits perfectly underneath. And yeah, that looks quite nice. So if you want to store it there, then there's the option. And you can also put the gun obviously in Mando's hands, like I showed you at the start of the video. And for his gun, you can comfortably fit it in his, it's a bit tricky with the finger, there we go. And you can have him, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold. So yeah, you can have him doing that. And you can also, if you want to store his pistol away, you can always, you can always put it in the, just spin that around, just put it in there. And the hole does not line up with the buckle, so it won't really plug in. But something that I found, it's actually kind of funny, if you put the gun backwards, let me just see if I can do this here. If you put the gun backwards, it lines up and fits better than it would if the gun was spun around. So that's pretty weird, quite cool. So if you want to display it like that, the option's definitely there. So yeah, let's talk about my final verdict of the figure. Before I give you my final verdict on this figure, I'd just like to take the opportunity to do a quick comparison. Here he is next to Bo-Katan Kryze, and you can see that she is quite smaller than him, which is very accurate. She was quite a small character compared to Mando. Here he is next to Grand Admiral Thrawn, and you can see that he is considerably larger than Thrawn. And even if you were to straighten his legs, Thrawn is actually considerably taller. And finally, here he is next to the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. And you can see that Boba Fett is a bit bigger than him, but that's only because Mando is crouched down and Boba is standing up. In reality, Boba would be smaller than the Mandalorian, which is accurate. So yeah, they scale quite well together. So let's get on to my final verdict. So overall, I think this is a very good figure with tons of great articulation and detailing. Very accurate to the show. And yeah, I do have one complaint about the figure itself, and it is that the detonators here are not painted. They should be painted red, like you see in the show. But yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. But anyway, the rest of the figure is awesome. I can see why they didn't include a jetpack, because it's obviously not accurate at this point when he's got his damaged armor. The box itself is quite nice. I still prefer the other style packaging with the other Mando. I still really like that packaging more. But yeah, overall, if you're a big fan of The Mandalorian, highly recommend this figure. I know that most of these reviews that we've done on the channel lately have been quite overdue, but trust me, we will be bringing you more of them. And I'm sorry we couldn't bring them to you sooner. So yeah, anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.